Give them love.
Yeah, yeah. Listen to me. Yeah.
Direction so good at playing crazy, we forgot to notice it was working. 1 minute he's selling,
ladies and gentlemen,
the next he's selling slow.
glad you're on.
Behind every grin, more suggestions.
God bless you. May God keep you.
How to keep us chasing noise.
I want you young people to come over. I want y'all to come over. I want Raz Shunda, Vanetta King, Scott Julian, Larry Dixon. I'm gonna put on here what I need y'all to do. Come over on YouTube at Johnny Binder Show on YouTube. Okay.
Or they can just click that link that I sent you. If you just cut and paste that in the chat, and then they'll be able to get to it easier.
So y'all can let me see. Okay. So y'all come on now. Thank y'all for coming on. I'm gonna go off for a minute. I'm giving y'all about 2-3 more minutes. I want you to come over to YouTube, please. Then I'm going back to YouTube. So y'all come over. This is the Johnny Binder Show. We have Miss Catherine here and myself. I'm gonna let her give you the first commercial. About every time you subscribe, you save a life. Miss Catherine, could you tell the people the good news?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Johnny Binder Show. Glad to have you on today. And our mission is to save lives with this show. So each time that you subscribe, you save a life. So please, if you're listening, go to YouTube, click subscribe, and then click the little bell next to subscribe so that you'll be able to see, then get the notification when we go live. For our friends on Facebook, you can also join the Johnny Binder Show on Facebook and watch from there. It's important that you watch the show on these official channels so that we get credit for watch time. We like that you join in when he goes live on his phone, but we don't get credit for that. We're trying to take this show to another level, and we appreciate your support. But right now, that's how you can support us the absolute most, so people know that you guys are watching and that you're enjoying the content. So again, welcome. And if you could subscribe, you do save lives, and watching, you make our show worthy. So couldn't think of anything else to go with that. So I will turn it back over to the minister for a great show tonight.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, she just told you why. I'm glad she told you this is how they do. So we need our time on the other. So we love you coming, but I need you to dial in with me. I ain't gonna be long, but I'm gonna be strong. Just dial in with me for a minute. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna cut you loose. Come over to Facebook, come over to YouTube, to the Johnny Binder Show. At Johnny Binder Show. I need y'all to come now. May God bless you. Oh, is this Wendy? Hey, Miss Wendy. She done come on. I just put it up to Miss Wendy, the Johnny Binder Show. Just push at the Johnny Binder Show and come right on. We'll see you when you come on. You can text, make comments, ask questions, whatever you want to. Come on YouTube now. I'm over here on YouTube, see? I'm on YouTube. There I am. There go, Captain. Y'all come on. Let's ride together. May God bless you. Okay. Let me get me another crew here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm doing again so I can get my YouTube people that come over here to the photo again. Live. Okay. What is the show about tonight, Miss Captain? Tell them what the show about.
The show is about We Are Losing Our Minds. Johnny Binder goes off on the U.S. mental health crisis.
Yes, it's really pitiful, and I hate to talk about this, but you know they tried to get me to go off and they put me in prison. So soon we're gonna talk about the Johnny Binder show. Uh, that's what happened to me. They scooped me up and gave me 18 years, and 5 people say I didn't do it, and one systemic racism say I did. I get 18 years, 5 against 1. Then I get out and come back. I beat my case in '87, 12th of November. They come back again, December 14th with Marie Preston. They do it again. I faced life no parole for 4 months. And I never talked about how tough it was, but someone talked to me how tough it was. And I listened to the reporter today. I won't call his name. He's a private reporter, personal friend of mine that's helped me put my movie together, give me all kind of articles and pictures and stuff. So he's doing everything he can to get it done. I know y'all used to seeing me in a suit. I want to chill tonight and just come on here comfortable, unbutton my shirt, took my bow tie off, everything, where I can just chill with you and let's talk about we losing our mind. So they wanted me to lose my mind. Here she is. Hello, everyone. I need Miss Sampson. I need you to come on and tell me what you think about America, about us losing our mind. Catherine, I need you to say something. Other people that call in, whatever you need to say, because this need to be talked about on Sunday morning at church. All this killing and shooting, this the Johnny Binder show. We got to talk about it. It's starting at the top. It's trickling down for the man with 34 felonies. It's at the top. And now they just want them he won't give up them files. It's trickling down. He got 34 felonies. He started doing dirty stuff. So it's trickling down. Where the president do it, we can do it. It's trickling down. I know some of y'all don't understand that because you don't understand psychiatry. But when you give people psychosocial assessment and Dianetic, you understand something is wrong. Something's wrong with Mr. Trump. It's just for real. He need us. He gone. That position turns you narcissistic if you're not humble. That position, being the president of the United States of America, that used to be the strongest country in the world, used to be China now. So again, he gone. He noticed his last time, so he taking money. He taking money. He doing. I just found out today in Burkina Faso, he took almost $2,600,000. They got the records, everything. They played it today on YouTube. I got it. I couldn't even believe it. It's this is crazy. The money supposed to went for the poor people in Africa. He took the money. What is this, man? For his campaign, for his lawyer. What else he took it for? Oh yeah, he redid his golf course in Florida. They got all of it. They got the documents. I seen the day on YouTube. So what's going on? We losing our mind. It's starting with the Congress. It's starting with the government, and it's trickling on down. And people fall into it. People fall into it. Millions of people don't lost their job, man. People is eradicated. Yeah, they eradicated. Yeah, people tore it from the floor up, and people don't know what's going on. No, they like, wait, man, what you doing? What you doing? What you doing? So again, hello everyone. Miss Sampson, I need you to say something. This is crazy. This man drive all the way from Las Vegas, all the way to New York, just to go in. And thank God he spared the woman coming off the elevator. He let her make it. He let her make it. He told her, go it on. Thank God he did that.
So
Husband
can you
kept
tell us what event that you're speaking of this evening
the
for
guy
those of us? Mhm.
that drove all the way from Las Vegas with that gun. Rifle Association says nothing wrong with them guns. Everybody should have one. It's all right. Anybody want to buy one, buy one. Why would you sell an assault weapon that shoot 100 times? And Congress is so weak. The Rifle Association running all of them. He give all of them money. All of them got money. So everybody, the love of money is the root of all evil. And America gonna come down because America love money. All the senators, all the governors, all of them, ain't but a few of them real. And when they come in and try to be real strong, they try to flip them. So it ain't no lot of people up in there, man. This thing is a joke, man. President of the United States of America, 34 felony. You get a felony, can't get an apartment complex. So the law don't go for him. He's above the law. We losing our mind by Johnny Bonner goes off on U.S. mental health crisis. If y'all don't see this mental health crisis, then something's wrong. This man here, speaking up now, watch this.
Trump's legacy isn't just crumbling, it's collapsing under the weight of its own spotlight.
Listen.
As Moore puts it, this wasn't just a presidency, it was a production. The billionaire populist, the patriotic strongman, the TV celebrity hero, all just roles on a stage he built himself. But when the audience stops clapping, the stage lights don't shine, they expose.
This is the new America.
Listen.
That I think the rest of the world doesn't really understand, and is rightfully confused when people like Donald Trump end up in the White House.
But isn't that what drives Trump supporters? A basic fear of being outnumbered.
Yes, they know that. They know there's more of us than there are of them, and they know that's.
So how does a reality TV host end up in the most powerful seat on earth? According to Moore, the real answer isn't charisma, it's fear.
Listen.
Not Trump's fear, but his supporters. A fear of being outnumbered, of waking up in an America where they no longer hold the mic.
He has no actual beliefs, except his one belief, his belief in Donald J. Trump. That's the entirety of his belief system, which makes him very dangerous. People say to me, well, if we impeach Trump, we'd have Pence. That'd be worse. No, it wouldn't be worse. Pence believes in things. He believes if you're gay, he can convert you to being straight. That's a belief. And I don't fear him or the great debate with him.
That's the irony more than
Listen.
The louder Trump yells, the more desperate the illusion becomes. It's not a movement. It's a one-man play running out of encores. And when the audience realizes the drama was staged from the start, the only thing left is the exit sign.
I suggested a few months ago that we have an army of satire, because I think the way to bring him down is with satire. His thin skin, as you pointed out so well, is so thin. All we need is like 1,000 or 1,000,000 little comedy shivs. Just, no, non-violent, don't hurt him, but just under his skin, because he can't take being laughed at. He's watching you, Stephen. Yeah, he's yeah. It's no. And I'll tell you, and the army of satire, we already have given our first Medal of Honor to Melissa McCarthy, because she's taken down the first Trump administration official with satire.
And in the end, Moore didn't just dismantle a man, he tore down a barrage. Trump wasn't overthrown by protests or court rulings. He was undone by something far more lethal to a man who lives for applause: laughter. Satire became the scalpel, and Moore handed it not to politicians, but to the people. Because when a nation stops fearing the strongman and starts laughing at his stage makeup, the theater closes for good. This wasn't a political takedown. It was the bursting of an illusion, one comedy shiv at a time. From the opening scene.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'll let you hear some of that from Michael Moore is speaking how Donald Trump done played on America. He the coldest con man ever in the history of time. This man played on the whole United States of America. You got to give him his card. I salute him, man. He played on all of y'all, most of y'all. I didn't vote for him. The man is a cold comedy. The man don't damn by nobody in America. Nobody. I don't even know if he cared for his children. The man is crazy. He say his daughter's so pretty. If he want his daughter, he'll date her. So I don't know where his head at. And his wife, you know, she ready to go. She can't wait to get out of there. She sold a page.
How is his antics and the things that he does, how is that like affecting us at this level? How is that affecting Sunnyside? How is that affecting South Park, Third Ward? How is that affecting that level?
Well, you got a governor, Greg Abbott, that's a flunky for Trump because he got a lot of flunkies. And I got to call it like it is. Greg Abbott is a flunky. So he came back down here. He can't be his own man. So he's trying to redistrict and take out all the places that's brown, Hispanic, and black. The State Senator Boris Miles went on TV. They died there fighting, do this redistricting, trying to get rid of Ron Reynolds, trying to get rid of Sheila Jackson Lee seat, trying to get rid of all these seats where they can be in full control. This they're gonna sue them and it ain't gonna work. But to even make this attempt to show the systemic racism, you're gonna redistrict and take all these people out and they have nobody to represent them. The Republicans can't represent them people. So again, that's what's going on. This is coming home. Excuse me. This is coming home because Greg Abbott worked directly for Trump.
But from a mental health, right? But from the mental health perspective, like we're talking about the mental health crisis, how does that affect us, like the people in our community?
Mentally, when you see a president, a governor, whoever, but he at the top, yeah, manipulation tactics. You on top of your game. Come on, keep talking. Don't stop, Miss Sampson. She said, explain how he is not forced to abide by the law. Is the government officials threatened by him? No doubt. He done threatened all of them. He done sued law firms, won the cases. Law firms got scared of him. He sued a couple of TV stations. No president has ever done what he's doing. Ever. He gonna go down and being the worstest president ever in the history of time.
So we're gonna step back. We're gonna talk about the cuts that he's made. So one of those cuts was to MHMR.
Yeah. Talk about it. Hit it.
Oh, talk about it. I mean,
it's the Johnny Binder show, and we're giving out messages and wisdom because when I went to prison, I studied to show myself approved where we could do what we're doing now. I wasn't looking for this. Again, I went on Willie D's show to talk about my movie. And then this thing took off in the millions. 3, 4, 5 million. It took off. And God lifted it. So here I am. And the people are coming. I dare to. People are coming by the thousands, and they'll be coming by the millions. because I'm going to hook them directly into God and give them the knowledge, the wisdom, the understanding, the freedom, justice, equality, food, clothing, shelter, love, peace, and joy. When you got that many people view you, you got to give them over to God. Because I'm only here for a moment. All of us for night. He's infinite. So again, we have to give the people to God. And if we don't give them to God, we make a major mistake. So, ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Sampson asking some good questions, explaining how he is not forced to abide by the law. 34 felony, he's the president. How could you run for president with 34 felony? I don't understand. I don't understand that one.
And to Miss Sampson, I understand what you do for a living, and I know that you can't come on because you're at work, but I know that you work in the mental health profession. So I want to know, my question for you is, have you seen a change since the administration changed versus the previous administration as far as mental health treatment, care, the number of cases, things of that nature?
She definitely worked with the mental health. She definitely have an idea of what's going on. She
Yeah,
helped so many people. Who was this turn up the lights?
that
That Delta?
that's the Light Magazine. That's the Light Magazine team.
That's Delta?
That's the Light Magazine team.
That's the Light Magazine team.
Yes, Delta's already in here, but that's the Light Magazine team. So we're gonna go back
Okay.
to our question. And I guess when I'm saying this, there now Delta and I wish she'll chime in, but we were talking about schizophrenia the other night. And she was saying that most of the people in the hood hear voices and see things that are not there, or suffer from bipolar disorder. It's not being treated. And I just think about when we go back to Tony Underwood, that case, when he was being pursued by the police and his family and friends were telling the police and shouting that he had mental illness. But we all know his fate. He was shot anyway. Then we think about Sandra Massey rather, when they doing a wellness call because she was suffering from schizophrenia, and she ended up getting shot in the face by an officer. So,
But she
I mean,
stop right there. Stop right there.
right,
But she did no wrong with her
right,
mental.
right.
They told her a wellness call, ladies and gentlemen. This is Johnny behind the show. Let me explain to y'all because some of y'all don't know what a wellness call is. Wellness call, you get called out, you go see if the people well, you walk around the house, make sure no windows knocked out, the door kicked in. Well, when you get through doing that, you go to the front door. When you go to the front door, you wave at the lady, tell the lady, thank you, ma'am. I checked your house out. There's nothing wrong. Uh, you don't have a right to go in a house, but the dummy walked in the house. Another dude, I ain't gonna call him a dummy. He's just a follower. He walked in with her. Well, when you told her get the thing off the stove, she went over there and got it out and just turned the fire off. And you kept approaching her and she got scared. She said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. You say, shut up, don't you say it anymore, I'll shoot you. And then when she said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus again, she had a little towel in her hand from the stove, and her right was her right hand. I think it was her right hand because it was at the stove. I'm almost positive it was the right hand. Like this, and you shot her in the head from a wellness call. She called for a wellness call. Now she dead. And the daddy almost died and came on the thing and said, God left him alive for this reason where he could fight for his daughter's rights. So I wanted to open it up on the wellness call because I know people that know what wellness call. Some people do, some
Yeah,
people don't.
right.
Let's go to our guest. Hold up, somebody over here talking a whole lot. Who is this? Okay, hold up. Who's this?
Okay, while you're doing that, Miss Sampson did respond. She says, "Yes, I have witnessed an increase in mental health cases due to lack of funding and lack of available help." But Miss Sampson, what that reminds me of a long, long time ago when I was a kid, I'm going to date myself just a little bit, but there were hardly any homeless people on the streets. And then I remember when the Reagan
What began as
administration,
a fiery warning about a reckless leader turned into a
I'm sorry. And then I remember when Reagan took office and he did the same play that Trump is doing today, he cut mental health funding. And all of a sudden, you saw people on the corners and sleeping underneath bridges because those hospitals and stuff had been cut. So it's just a different play, same day. Different day, same play.
Yeah, to cut mental health. Read what she said. She studied. Who is
I
this?
did.
Be honest with Delta. Yes, they neglected. They self medicate. Let's deal with Delta. Then we deal with Miss Thompson. What is Delta saying?
She's saying that they're self-medicating, which leads to the drug epidemic because now you're drinking, now you're smoking, now you're taking God knows what pills because you're trying to numb the pain and get a peace of mind. And I actually had somebody tell me, I couldn't, he's a brilliant, genius level young man, but he's just caught up into this world of drugs. And we were talking and he was like, "You don't want to see him?" I'm like, "Do I want to see who?" He talking about the demons. "You don't want to know where they are?" And I'm like, "No, thank you. I have no desire." But that's the world. He says he wants to be able to see them. Now, yeah, that's a whole nother level that I don't care to understand. But that's how he's comfortable with his mental illness in that regard
Mm-hmm.
and his addiction.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's all I had to say about that. But yeah,
Okay.
with or without funding, they're going to find a way to numb the pain.
What they purposely dumbing us down, keeping us full of Ritalin drugs for the last 42 to 45 years, which is a drug in the school. So it starts in the school. They look at their third and fourth grade tests and say this one going to prison, this ain't this one. So it's been a con game all the time. Emancipation proclamation mean free from the hand. We still in slavery here because we still doing the same thing. Food is the one killing the world. Out of 8 billion people, over 7 billion people gonna kill themselves with food because we live to eat. We don't eat to live. So I don't want to hurt nobody's feeling, but we've been dumbed down. But we just dumb it down now because of the president. Because when you see that kind of president disrespecting women and calling these names and do what he want to do and got 34 felons, become the president, broke in that place, killed 5 people. One of them was a police officer on January the 6th. Now he's the president. Patients are treated like numbers instead of focusing on the human mental challenges. Yeah, they making money. Whoever don't get cured, so what? We making billions of dollars off mental sickness. Mental sickness is at the top now because all the shooting and killing and all the guns and the Rifle Association run all the Democrats, Republicans, and Independents. Anybody can have a 100-shot gun. The guy drive all the way from Las Vegas to same building to New York with that 100-shot rifle and walked in there with it. One even killed more people than that. Thank God he let the lady go that was coming off the elevator. You absolutely correct, Miss Captain. Thank you. Okay, what else we got? Ladies and gentlemen, I like this, how everybody's responding. This is helping the audience as it go out and she cut it up. This will help the audience on the Johnny Binder show because we said we give you knowledge, wisdom, understanding, freedom, justice, equality, food, clothing, shelter, love, peace, and joy. So again, ladies and gentlemen, we on here. This could be a wellness class. We on here to make you stronger, make you wiser, and then if you have something to say to help us make people stronger and wiser, then you come on the show and you tell us. Because I got some good co-hosts. One is a football player, another is a 24-year-old. They're not on here right now, but they great people. And I got some more coming. Miss Sampson, she coming. She said, absolutely correct, Miss Catherine. Let's be honest with Delta. Yep. Okay, let's go further. School is where mind programming started with all of us. Who said that, Delta? You're 1,000% correct. That's why the Honorable Elijah Muhammad went to jail, because in the 30s he opened school up for the children from the nation. And he been opening school up. I don't know everything happened, but I do know that I know of, he's the first one they tried to arrest, open up a school up for the children. And then it was a threat, because you're already telling people we don't believe in the war. So again, this schooling thing is so essential and important, because they program our children. When the children come home, we have to detox them. Or people won't treat you right, will never teach you right. School where the mind has been programmed and started with all of us. That's a fact. What else we got here? School is the mind. Okay. Y'all. All right. What else we got? What else we got? All right. Hello, everyone. Okay. Okay. Let's go here. That's manipulative tactics. Trump is one of the best ones that we done seen in a long time to be manipulative in his taxes, and he make it work. If you want to join the show, go at the Johnny Bonner Show on YouTube. At the Johnny Bonner Show on YouTube. Want to join the conversation, go to the Johnny Bonner Show on Facebook or YouTube. So y'all come on quick as possible. We're going to have about 25, 30 more minutes, and we're going to let y'all go to sleep. You know you got to go to work in the morning. We just want to come on for a minute and speak to you, just try to give you what you're seeing, all this killing, all this shooting. That's why we are losing our mind. Johnny Bonner goes off on the U.S. mental health crisis.
So we've talked about funding being the issue. We've talked about Donald Trump being the issue. We've talked about the schools being the origination of the programming of the minds. So what are the answers? What can we do as a community?
Well, private schools and vocational schools going to be the two greatest things. Private school, where we put our own curriculum in it. They call it charter or whatever, but I'm calling it private. And then I will open up our own banks, private banks, because you won't open no franchise bank, because they still can control it. Private banks, private credit unions, and private finance companies in our schools, and grow our own food. That's the only way we're going to make it. We're not going to make it by serving master. Y'all can serve master for another 50 years, 200 years. He's not going to treat you right. He's not. He's just not. So y'all don't understand his makeup. It's not in his system to do what's right. And the one of them that do what's right, because none of them white, they're Europeans. So the ones that do what's right, it ain't enough of them to make a difference, because they don't have the position the wicked ones have. Because like George Floyd case, you seen 50% of the people out in the street was white. I know I was there in the 60,000 downtown. Walk with Joel Osteen, So again, it took that for this young man to lose his life and call out for his mother while this man wouldn't take his knee. After they snatched him out the back of the truck, he was already arrested. So, any more questions? This is getting better and better. Uh, Peace. So, what APTTMH? What that mean?
All praises to the Most High.
Thank you, sir. Assalamu alaikum. May God bless you. Okay. What else we got? Okay.
We don't have any more questions in the chat right now.
When you
So
ask,
we had touched a little bit on wellness calls. So what do you think about wellness calls? Are they safe?
they're some of the safest calls in the world. That's the first time I think in the history of time, because I've never heard nobody else ever get in an altercation with a wellness call. We could Google it, but a wellness call is what it say. It's a wellness call. They come to make sure you well. They ain't coming to shoot you in your head. That was
I,
systemic racism.
I disagree. It was a lady, and I can't think of her name. And y'all, pardon me, charge it to my head, not my heart. In Fort Worth, they had sent police to check on the house for a
I
disturbance.
remember that case.
Yeah, and then that she ended up murdered by the police. And then it was a man up north somewhere. I saw his a movie about him. He had PTSD from being in the war, and the police, his life alert called police to come check on him, and that resulted in his murder. So it happens.
Well, it happens very every now and then. We're talking about 2 or 3 murders in probably 40 years. I don't know how long the wellness thing been in effect at the police station, but they are very safe. The guy in Fort Worth, he was just so ignorant. He shot the mama through the back door, looking through the window while she playing with the child. Then he went in and got the child with no lawyer, trying to get him to say whatever he's trying to get him to say. So I remember the case very well. So most wellness calls, over 90% of them, is positive because what it's for. When it ain't positive, you got systemic racism going on. Simple as that. There's no other reason for it because you're going out on a wellness call to make sure they're well. It ain't going out to kill them. Do you understand, Ms. Catherine?
I know, I agree. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I just wanted to hear your take on it
I'm glad
because
you.
Mhm.
What up?
No, I was just saying because it kind of falls in that same category with when we were talking about women getting into arguments, not necessarily women, but people getting into arguments and calling the police, in not life-threatening situations and like that, and kind of fearing how the police may respond. So I just wanted, to me, it kind of fell in that same vein.
Well, to Miss Sampson, to Miss Delta, to you, when you walk in the hospital and you happen to be with me and see a man struggling for his life in bed 1, not bed 9, I don't understand why you moved him. But anyhow, the autopsy is being done, ladies and gentlemen. So, Mr. Chief of Police, I don't know what's going to happen to you. But if you don't deal with this systemic racism, God is going to deal with you and move you out the way. Remember, I told you that. So, the systemic racism is at all-time high because racism and mental goes together. You got to be mental to hate people because of the color of their skin. That's something mentally. Because in Romans 1:24, professing to be wise, yet we become fools. 25, who changed the truth of God into a lie and worship the creature instead of the creator. So if we being trickled down with all these lies, Miss Sampson, if you're not working, I would love for you to say something to us, text us, say something. You've been holding me up here. I appreciate it. You've been doing some great work. You've been doing some great work. Oh my God. And we thank you.
Okay, so we talked about the schools. How can trade schools help us with the mental health crisis?
The trade school?
Yes.
Well, a lot of people, Miss Captain, gonna have to change. They're gonna change they're gonna change their curriculum because there's not gonna be no other way around it. And
Are you saying the curriculum for the education, for their
yes,
education?
yes, yes.
Okay, so what's the correlation there for you? What's the connection between that and the mental health crisis?
Well, if once the schools start participating with us as we open up vocational schools that they took out of the community, like Dr. Umar said, I just heard they froze all his accounts and he's asking for money. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's true or false. Don't sound right. That threw me. But the mental health issues, Donald Trump is mental health. You see it at his finest. He
Yeah.
tricked everybody in America, at least 65% of them, enough to vote, and then eat him up for his feast in there, spend his millions, I think all the way up to 300 million something. Yeah, we're going to buy the vote. You're going to pay people to vote. And said it loudly. Then we did it. No
But
indictments.
is that mental illness or is that just a morality issue?
No, ma'am. It's mental illness. Ain't no reality in it.
I
It's
said
mental.
not, I said morality.
Yeah, morality. There's no Americans messed up mentally because of so much buffoonery. Now you don't have a peaceful president now. He's eradicated. He want to be seen. And none of the talk shows are with him. Not one. So again,
Okay. Minister, I'm still struggling though, because I understand what you're saying is like, we know he's a figurehead and they set the tone and the example. And definitely by his actions of cutting certain funding and programs, he's thrown us into a mental health crisis. Because I don't know if you remember, we were taping Guns Up, Gloves Up, Guns Down, and that young lady came into the studio that day, definitely suffering from a mental health break. Just wandered in. Thank God y'all were there. So I guess that's what I'm referring to. So in her case, and she could be too far gone, because I'm sure she's suffered from schizophrenia among other things. What can we do as a community, or what would you recommend? I know you said trade schools, but I don't understand the connection between trade schools and mental health crisis.
well, in a lesson that when people got something to do, people got to go to work. Some mental health people can function. I ran a
Right.
behavioral health clinic with psychiatrists, psychologists, and LPCs. So they can function if you give them something to do.
Right.
But an idle mind is a devil workshop. Everybody sitting around ain't doing nothing, then a whole lot of people gonna get in trouble. And they know this. They know this. They play the game. Laid all these people off. They know more crime finna come. There's a setup. We finna make them do crime, dance, steal, break through windows, write hot checks. We gonna make them do it. We done took $900 billion from them. We done took Head Start, SNAP. The children ain't got nothing to eat. They don't give a damn. They owe us reparation. I dare you try to take something, and you owe us reparation. We don't owe you nothing.
Okay. And you often talk about psychosocial assessments. And Dianetics. Explain exactly what that is and why it's important.
So what you doing?
Pardon me?
What was you doing?
What are you talking about?
You was talking about the mental health and this tie in together.
No, I just said I had switched on you. I don't think you heard me. I was
What did you
like,
say?
you always talk about Dianetics and social psycho assessments.
Psychosocial assessment.
Yeah,
Psychosocial assessment.
psychosocial assessment. So explain what that is and what you find out by doing it. What's the benefit of those?
Well, they don't want everybody to take one of them because you could cure a lot of people from a psychosocial assessment. You dealing with a psychic socially. You dealing with them, and you asking them questions and stuff. You dealing with them. You bouncing off of them. You seeing how they think, what they do, what they react to. Something simple, something middle, something hard. You dealing with them, and in the process of dealing with them, once they get in a zone, they gonna tell it all. Once they feel comfortable in that room, laying back, they gonna tell it all. If not all close. So again, that's why the psychiatrist got a couch. They ain't got no chair like I'm sitting there. They got a couch in case you want to lay out. They serious in a heart attack. That's a hard job. That's a real hard job. Mental health is very real. Very real. And the psychosocial assessment, what it does, it gives you a chance to assess yourself and see that I'm running into a brick wall. I've been doing this 10 years, and this woman here with me ain't never said nothing. That ain't the woman of your life. You need a woman that's going to help walk you into the greatness of God. And I know some of you macho men, I don't need a woman, help me to do that. Well, if you don't need a woman, then who you need? I'm just asking. You just said you don't need no woman. I'm saying if you don't have a woman, then what you gonna do?
Okay. So have you had one?
Say it again.
I would love to take the psychosocial assessment and the Dianetics, as you call it. I would love to do that. Have you had one?
Yes, ma'am. 1989 or 90, I think it was 90. They came out in Bastrop. They was there for 3 days. And they take you all the way back to your familyhood where the first hurts. They take you through all of it to make sure they don't miss nothing to get it all at you. And they let the patient do a lot of talking because it's a lot in there. And the more they talk, they let it out. Then the psychiatrist has accomplished their will once they can open the patient up. I hate to call them patient, but all of us patients,
You're right.
all
So
us in
what
the
did
hospital.
you don't have to disclose anything personal, but what did you learn about yourself that you didn't know?
I had some misunderstandings still dormant from being locked up, something I didn't do, 18 years, I had to release that, put me on death row for a police officer that I've never seen. Thank God they found the man down in New Orleans. I had to release that. Then 7 police officers jumped me undercover. Never said it was the police. I had to release that. So I had some major things, ladies and gentlemen. This is Johnny Bonner Show. I had some major things I had to let go. And I let them go. Here I am. So the psychosocial assessment was done on me. They were dealing with my past and my childhood and when I came out of it and the things that happened to me and my wife being shot in the back. So I had some trauma in me. It was some trauma laid dormant. That's what it was. Come on, Miss Catherine.
So if you hadn't gone through that, what do you think your path would have been? If you hadn't gone through the process of the psychosocial assessment?
That's a good question. That's a good question. Uh, the truth,
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably be dead because you can't keep carrying baggage. You'll go to stinking, and people
Yeah.
don't understand that. You carry baggage from 4 or 5 different relationships, and you carry it into another relationship, and then another one. You have to let it go because the person ain't all of that. You don't let the person go, but you still thinking it. So the person's still dogging you and not even with you. God allowed it to happen. You made a silly choice. I made one. So you get out of it and don't be like Lot's wife and look back. And once you look back, the pillar of salt is a metaphor. It means the ignorance here. That's with no understanding. She said we need to cultivate positive relationships, practice mindfulness and meditation, and seek professional help when needed. That's a fact. I need to read that again. Catherine, you read it this time. Let a woman read it. Y'all need to hear this.
We need to cultivate positive relationships, practice mindfulness or meditation, and seek professional help when needed. I agree wholeheartedly. Thank you, Miss Sampson.
That's
So
that. That's a grand slam right there.
it is, but a lot of times churches don't encourage people to seek mental health for their mental. We'll stay with prayer, we'll stay with fasting, but we never, a lot of times the church doesn't go into advocating that you need to go see somebody for your mental health status. What do you think about that? What are your thoughts on that?
Miss Sampson, what you think about that? Text us what you think about that before I say something. All praises due to Allah. Thank you, brother, again. Okay, what we need to cultivate positive relationships, practice mindfulness and meditation, and seek professional help when needed. Lord have mercy. That's it. That's it. Who over here?
Well, Minister, I think we would be remiss because again, I love Miss Sampson's comment, but we haven't addressed the spiritual aspect of it at all.
Well, I addressed
And
the spiritual because I was dealing with the psychology of the mental. The spiritual can bring you out of all of it. And a lot of doctors, the psychiatrists, psychologists, and LPCs, few of them know, I don't know the percentage, but I don't care what mindset you in. If you accept God and go to dealing with God and go to fasting and praying and studying and show yourself approved, that's a lot of pressure off you, a whole lot. You might still need to go see a psychiatrist, but you'll be in a better shape because you spiritually having a personal relationship with God, ladies and gentlemen. And a lot of people want to personal relationship with Xbox and Grand Theft Theft and these telephones and these iPhones, but we don't have a personal relationship with God. And that's a major problem. Miss Sampson will come back with some again. It is also is a comprehensive process used to understand an individual, mental health, cognitive abilities, and overall functions. Boy, she be coming with it. I can't wait for she get on this show. She be coming with it. I ain't mad at you. What you got to say about that, Miss Captain?
Oh no, I agree. It is a very complex. It's very complex because you a lot of times people are dealing with generational trauma and trying to get out of that. You know, we had met that young lady that went through that horrible sexual abuse as a child, and we see how that's manifesting in her life right now. So I can't even imagine what that would be like to start pulling back all of those layers. Um, uh, yeah. So who get overwhelmed just thinking about it, Minister. And then we have the cycle of abandonment because a lot of people don't talk about that as causing some mental illness and instability, you know, when you have that incompleteness of your mother or father not being there and how to fill those holes and move forward. So you be dealing with a lot.
Yeah, that's a whole lot when the parents not there. And when you're talking about no deadbeat parents, I'm talking about parents that can help and teach. It also involves various methods like interviews, standardized tests, behavioral observation, gather information, and provide insight to person psychological state. You sound like a doctor, young lady. I can't wait you to get on here. You got it. Read, Captain, you hear what she said?
I do. Yep. She
Answer.
says it also involves various methods like interviews, standardized tests, and behavioral observation to gather information and provide insights into the person's psychological state. But that's your psychosocial assessment that you were speaking of in real clinical terms. That's exactly what that process sounds like.
Well, she did good. She did good. To also involves various methods like interviews. You got to interview them,
Yep.
standardized tests, and behavioral observation to gather information and provide insight in a person's psychological state. That's exactly what it is. She the first one to answer that. She's around psychiatrists, psychologists. That's what I know she is. It's also a comprehensive process used to understand an individual's mental health, cognitive abilities, and oh, look, she got something else here. Wait a minute. Let's see this. It's also a comprehensive process used to understand an individual's mental health, cognitive abilities, and overall function. Come on, y'all. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, we read that. But yeah, it's a good point to reiterate as well. But if this person is, and then you have the trauma that's actually caused by churches, it's a, like I said, the rabbit hole goes so deep, and we won't even talk about the role that drugs play in it. So I'm going to jump way to another subject. Do you think the issues with Sean put P Diddy, I can't even get it out, Combs is related to mental illness, or do you attribute that more to his drug use? Just a guess on your part.
Ask that question again.
The whole Diddy situation and all that pervertedness. Do you attribute that to drug use, or do you think it's a mental deficiency as well?
It's It's also involves various methods like, okay,
We had already read
I'll,
that.
I want to read it again if it's all right with you. It also involves various methods like interviews, standardized tests, and behavior observation to gather information and guides insight into a therapist's psychological state. Mm, I don't know what that one just jumped out.
Yes, because when you pull up one that big, it covers your face. So as a producer, I let you read it and then I minimize it.
All right,
It's over there if you want to read it again.
we're not feeling safe in church environments any longer. You know, I see more guns in church, more police, undercovers. Like we had a Fort Knox somewhere with $1 million of gold and all the gangsters and robbers coming to get us. So we walk around with guns waiting for them, looking. And there's 2, 3 shifts of that going on. So it's a sickness. Uh, we don't
Miss
know who we
Sampson,
are.
right. Are you referring to physical safety, emotional safety, or spiritual safety? Please read that over in the chat. We've read that several times. So read it in the
We're not
chat.
feeling safe in church environments any longer. You like to tackle that, Miss Catherine?
Yes, that's why I asked her that follow-up question because I want to think. I was asking about what level of safety she was speaking of. Um, yeah, I mean, my church was robbed while we were sitting in service, and this was years ago. So I do understand what that is like. Um, and to be afraid for your safety. And that's when we started having armed guards at churches. And that was many years ago. So physical safety is a concern. We've had people not only break in and rob churches, we've had people come in and kill the congregants while they were there. And then, of course, you have the ministers and other church leaders that are abusing some of the other members, the kids, the women, and so on and so forth. But you didn't answer my question about Diddy.
What did you ask me about Diddy?
Oh gosh. I asked you if you felt that his issue was related to drugs or did you feel that there is related to mental illness? Did you hear me that time?
You was asking me the mental condition about Diddy. Say that one more time, please.
If you think his troubles are related to mental illness or drug use.
Mental illness and drugs, but most mental illness, he has something wrong with him. He's a powerful man, make no doubt about it. He was coming to us, open up the news thing, give us all the stuff, started open up shopping centers, open up uh uh I don't he didn't say banks, but he was talking about coming together with us. He has a major problem, but he can work it out, and I won't say what that is, what he do with his girlfriend, and so this it's not normal. It's not normal for somebody else to touch your girlfriend. Then they give it back to you. That's not normal. Not normal to be in no freaknik for 7 days, 5 days, 3 days. It's not normal. So he was losing it. And it cost him millions of dollars. We're not feeling safe in church about any longer. No, because of all the buffoonery and foolishness and the robbers and watching them pay people ass. Because in the church, they're taking money, they're taking credit card, Zelle, Cash App, and every other app you can think of. So That's if it's a mega church, they trying to figure out where the money at, or somebody on the inside already done told them. So again, this is Johnny Biner Show. When you come in, you're gonna get knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, freedom, justice, equality, food, clothing, shelter, love, peace, and joy. That's why we're gonna let them disrespect them children while they've been with me Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I'm training them, I'm teaching them, and I'm getting them back to God. We have to be strong and teach our people who we are, whose we are, and what we are, to wake up our people, because they've been rocked to sleep. We sleep, we're mentally asleep. Malcolm X said, we've been bamboozled, we've been led astray. Come on, y'all. Been bamboozled. Same thing year after year. Work all our life and die. Come on, y'all. Life is more than that. That's foolishness. We need a psychosocial assessment and a genetic and get ourselves close to God as we can and get a personal relationship with God so we can be victorious and successful and stop having these pity parties. We know what the government did to us. We know what the white folks done to us. But the question is, what we going to do? We got all this money, but we won't come together. We got more millionaires right now in America, black, than we ever had. We spend $1.3 trillion with mass. Why we can't come together and have our own banks, our own institutions? I met the guy, the Chinese guy, they got all that. They worth $17, $18 billion or more. Got their own 4 banks. They own everything over there and got 100-some streets named after them. Shoo, 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 shoo. We got 1 street, and they just got here yesterday. So that show their togetherness and their unity. And Willie Lynch 1712, that's the problem, the perpetual cycle. I will make them hate each other. Flat nose against the pointed nose, dark against the bright. He said, will use the wicked things and stop them from shooting and killing each other. Fear, distrust, and envy. We're going to teach them to fear us, distrust, where they won't trust each other, fear, distrust, and envy. So if it's over within 30 years of 2012, it's over in 2012. Whereas 2025 going 26, we're still doing the same thing. So what it was saying, it would be a perpetual cycle. It will carry on to 24 months, but it doesn't carry on now, going almost 2012, going to 6, almost 4 years. We got to wake up somewhere, y'all. If we do not wake up, we bury our wives, our mothers, our children, and our ancestors. That means they died for nothing. We supposed to be better than them. And if we don't do this, there's something completely wrong with us. We must recreate a safe atmosphere for people to feel comfortable opening up to leaders. That's a fact. That's why in the nation you search, because they're not going for that. They've been searching since 1934. We searching because some of our people are animals. And they get a gun, have no idea what to do with it, and think that Pac-Man will shoot people and they pop back up. No, baby, don't go like that. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Johnny Biner Show. I told you I wasn't going to do no further. We got 12 more minutes. So if there's anything you got to say, any comment, any suggestion for us to save our people, we're losing our mind. Johnny Biner goes off on the U.S. mental health crisis. You right, I go off on them because they already know this. They planned this, and they left them there like that and put them on the street where they can shoot and kill each other. And however many of them survive, we'll take them right back in. It's a recidivism rate. So it's a con game. Almost 70 to 90% of the people leave prison, don't just go back to visit. They go back because they got handcuffs on.
So I've seen people confess certain things to you. Why do you think that they feel comfortable speaking with you? What is it about you? What is it about you, Minister, that makes people feel comfortable talking to you?
Well, I've been blessed, with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding through me going to prison, 3 in the state, 10 in the Fed, and went to 2025 prisons, passed by them, then taking me in, dealing with me, and heard the minister on the radio talking about Jesus like I never heard it before. And then they had the Million Man March at Pastor C.L. Jackson Church with 15,000 inside, 20 outside. So it was off the chain to see this many black men, 2 million black men for 1 o'clock that day, standing in solidarity, standing in unity, but not standing and shooting each other over color. That was one of the greatest days of my life because God showed up and showed off through the minister so we could be successful. That's what it's about. And if we're not doing that, we're not men. We're not saving our wife, our women, and our children, and our ancestors. That mean they died for nothing. Come on, black man. Wake up, man. You're leading in heart disease. You're leading in the stupidity. Come on, man. There's too many black women that need us, man. We need to step to the plate and get our lives straight where we can be victorious and successful, and we need to do it now. Damn it, they done waited long enough. It ain't the woman's fault, it's our fault. There's no such thing as a no good woman. There's a no good man made it that way. So it's our fault. It's our fault by the children and the woman. Wake up, man. You see they killers are shooting us. Tony Underwood dead right now. Face down, hands out. And you shoot him in the back. And he was in there for 79 days till he died. Wouldn't let his mom in there for 30-some days. You low down, rotten individual. My God. My God.
Indeed.
Who we dealing with?
Before we wrap up, I just want to remind people to join us at the Johnny Binder Show on YouTube. Please subscribe to Save Lives. That helps this channel to grow. It helps us to reach more people. Again, we always appreciate your feedback. If you have a topic you want to have us discuss, cover, please let us know. And the minister is gracious. He also gives his phone number out. You can contact us and be our guest at 281-896-8215. Again, it's scrolling across the screen, but it is 281-896-8215. And we are also on Facebook at the Johnny Binder Show.
Did y'all hear all that? That's a whole lot, but you're strong. At the Johnny Binder Show on YouTube, Men with a D broke records. So now I got to keep tagging so that people can find out I got a show. And I got people doing that now. Great people, some kind of way. I work with the Texas Board of Psychiatrists and Doctors. I figured that. I work with the Texas Board of Psychology and Doctors. I figured that the questions you was asking didn't come from no normal person. It came from somebody that been in the situation and studied the situation where we can wake up our own kid, our kind, where we can stop shooting and killing and disrespecting each other. This is at an all-time high. And long as that man in office is going to trickle down. And that's where it started from. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been hoodwinked, led astray, and bamboozled by Donald Trump. He tricked all of us. Yeah, y'all, a bunch of people thought he was going to do right. The man don't know what right look like. So again, we have to come together so we can be victorious and successful. And write down our thoughts. Write them down. Let's look over them and see, can we put them together? You take this from here, take this from here. Things okay. Roll that thing up. We got food left and still feeding each other and our people. That's what time it is. That's exactly what time it is. We must wake up now. And if we do not wake up now, we'll be in this mental health all our life. We was here for a moment. We worked till we died. High blood, kidney failure, diabetes, overweight. That ain't no way to live. That's miserable. Minimum wage still $7.50. These low down mutts, they don't care. They do not care. They hurt their own people to just go after us. That's the sickness of these people. They are mentally sick. To think that we are 3/5 human by the Dred Scott case and put in law. They found out in 3/5 you're not even alive. So if we're not alive and the black woman's the mother of earth, then who are you? Call me tomorrow or text me and let me know. 281-896-8215. Who are you? I thought so. So again, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate y'all coming out. Let me speak to these people right now before I go. Patricia Dean, I want to thank you so much for staying in this long. You left one phone, came back to the other one. But can you take a moment, Patricia, while I'm live and come over here on YouTube so we can get the credit for it? Please. Richie Goody, how you doing? I need you to do the same thing the sister doing. Leonard Lane, how you doing, brother? You mighty sharp. So may God bless you. May God keep you. Thank you, Facebook family. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of the show. See if anybody got anything to say. Peace, soul, I agree. Thank you, peace, soul. That's a lot of love there, bro. Cheap views on streamboat.com. Move to space. Shelby. Let's be honest with you. We had a great conversation tonight. This has been a great conversation tonight. Thank you. Yeah, well, dealing with mental health is a powerful thing. A lot of people run from it.
Miss Sampson said emotional and spiritual. And Peace Soul
I
says
want,
he's in agreement. But I think you need to do a show on who are you. I really think that should be a show. The topic. I think you need to go with the topic, who are you?
oh,
You just
we
said
can
it a
do
few
that.
minutes ago. Yeah.
We can do that. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Johnny Binder Show. We're losing our mind. Johnny Binder goes off on U.S. mental health crisis. Yes, I do. Because, ladies and gentlemen, they are not trying to cure you. They're making money. The longer you leave in it, the longer they treat you. Money ain't the rule of evil, the love of it. So again, my family, you must get knowledge, wisdom, understanding, freedom, justice, equality, food, clothing, shelter, love, peace, and joy. We thank you for coming out tonight. I got 3 minutes. Is anybody got anything more to say? Miss Captain, you've been a good co-host tonight. My COO. Explain how it is not forced to abide by the law. Yeah, they done gave him a pass. They let him do what he want to do. And God, everybody a part of that regime, God gonna punish him. They got a curse coming on them. So somebody come in, man, he said that. No, I didn't say that. God said that. It's in the Bible. It's in the Revelation 17, 18, and 19. She became a prostitute, a habitation of devils, and a great whore. I can meet you right there and prove to you why we have low self-esteem, why you party so much, why you love giving car parties. You love all this here because you want to fit in. May God bless you. May God keep you. Thank you for this chance and opportunity to be here tonight. Anything else, Miss Captain, before we go?
No, if you're watching this on a replay, please drop a note in the comments. Let us know what you think about the show. But in order to do that, you got to go to YouTube at the Johnny Binder Show. And that's all I have.
Okay, well, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back tomorrow. Uh, I want to thank you all. I tried to make y'all comfortable tonight where y'all could talk to me. Miss Sampson, you was outstanding. Uh, we knew that you were dealing with some doctors and psychiatrists. There's no way you could have posed those kind of questions. So we thank you. And we need all of y'all to go subscribe. Every time you subscribe, you're saving a life. Miss Sampson got a way she gonna hit a lot of people and they come back. So whatever we can do, we need to get to the little 100. What is it? 1,000. After we get to 1,000, we're gonna get to 10,000. We're gonna keep on going. We'll get there. We have a lot of content. We got a lot of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. We got supreme wisdom. We got history. We got science. Astrology. We got astronomy. That's over everything. So again, whatever problem you may have, we can sit with you and deal with it. We have enough people, enough psychologists and psychiatrists. I want to thank each and every one of y'all coming out. It was wonderful. It is 12 o'clock, and I want y'all to go to bed where y'all can get up tomorrow and be successful in big church. Thank you for coming out, listening, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, freedom, justice, equality, food, clothing, shelter, love, peace, and joy. We thank you. Peace.